Well, we should, but we shouldn't do so until we've actually had a chance to test the water, and I think that that's why this 40 billion, if that's the figure, is being put forward. It's not being put forward as a payment, but as an indication that's how far we're going to go, if necessary. But that depends upon the EU having a very positive attitude to the talks.
How much money actually do we owe?
Well, according to the House of Lords EU committee, we don't owe a penny. But, of course, the Prime Minister has said that we have a moral obligation to pay up to the end of this EU budget period, and I think that everybody accepts that.
So the viewers are going to be really confused by that. If we've got the House of Lords saying legally we are not obliged to pay anything, then why are we offering to pay £40 billion that could be used for the NHS or schools or other things that
well, because I think that everybody recognises that ideally it would be good to have a free trade agreement with the European Union. And, of course, they have made it absolutely clear that they want more money on the table before they'll even start talking about a free trade agreement. I actually think that...
But sorry, the EU's not asking for this money just because it thinks it's a nice amount of money. These are payments that the EU's already made that we have a stake in, no? This is about money that we have a sort of moral obligation to pay.
Well, no. I mean, the moral obligation takes us up to the end of the EU budget period. We've said that we will actually pay that because we've actually committed to that already. But what they're now asking for is more money, effectively, to start talking about talks.
Look, this is a divorce, right? Anyone who's been through a divorce, I have, and lots of people have, there's a lot of posturing, a lot of negotiating, a lot of hardball, a lot of I want the earth, and then a settlement eventually gets unravelled that kind of no one's particularly happy with, but you all sign up to it. Isn't that really where we're stumbling towards here? I mean, we talked about 50 billion, then some said 80 billion, now we're kind of arriving at 40. It's all posturing to really get to a sort of a number that feels like it's about right. Isn't it?
I was talking once to a Belgian politician who said to me, I think you owe 25 billion euro. And I said, how do you calculate that? And he said, well, it feels about right.
So, but isn't that really what we're talking here?
Well, not really, because I think that the people of this country who voted to leave the European Union last year, who themselves are concerned about their own finances, are going to be absolutely outraged if they see the government paying over something for apparently nothing at all.
Let me ask you this.